the 3 easy way to get you a higher tax refund so you can have more money in your bank account. Well, basically, it's quite simple to get a bigger tax refund. And I'm sure a lot of you already know is like you have to maximize your tax deductions. You have to know what things that you can claim, what things you can't, and you have to know that those expenses are which expenses relating to your work, relating to your earning income. All the expenses that you spend that relating to your earning your income are all tax deductible. But the most important thing is that you need to keep the receipts. And I also have good news to tell you is that our TMS, we have this TMS app that we're going to give away for free. For those people that don't know me, my name is Eng Sivyang, and I have been in this industry for a long, long time now. And that's why I have all this F in the front of my qualification, which stands for fellows of fellow means like you in the industry for more than 20 years, but I'm actually longer than that. So I'm a fellow certified practicing accountant, also fellow sales management fund specialist. I've been in this industry for a long time. I love to be in this industry to help people, to help them to make more money, to save money in tax and protecting their assets and so forth. There's 3 golden rule that you need to know about deductions. This is applied to nearly everything. And the ATOs, when they come and audit you, they always apply these 3 rules, whether you actually comply with all this rule or not. The rule is very basic. So rule number 1 is to get a tax deduction, you must have spent the money yourself. Because sometimes like even you spend the money and maybe you purchase some business expense related, but if your boss already reimbursed you those expenses, then you can't claim. Like you can't double dip. Like if they already reimburse you, then you can't claim. This one is purely like you really spending the money on the items which is relating to your work, relating to your earning your income. If you have, then you satisfy the first rule. And the second rule is like it has to be directly relating to your earning your income. So everybody's occupation is different. Sometimes some of the expenses that someone might not be able to claim, but because it's relating to your job, you can. So it's very important that you know what to claim and what not to claim. And today I also have a gift for you as well that I spent a lot of days and nights and putting all these tax checklists on our website that you can go and download for free. It's based on your occupation. So you can, and I will give you a link. And what you have to do is that you click on that link and put in your name and email and then put in your occupation, and then you will get that tax checklist. Okay. And it's for free, depending on your occupation, what you can claim. So that's what you can do. Number 3 is like, you must have a record to prove it. A lot of people especially now it's tax time, and then say in July they come and see us and they say, I have spent a lot of money, but I just lost all the receipts and I don't have any record to prove it. Unfortunately, if you even though over the whole 365 days you have been spending expenses relating to your work, but if you don't keep the receipts and you can't prove it, then you just can't claim. And we also have good news to tell you too, that we, which is what I just say, you can go and download this TMS app to store all your receipts. And it's very easy. You can download the app through your phone. And then you can, every time when you spend something, like you just take a photo of your receipts and then you just upload it. And then you can check away that receipt. So it's very tedious to keep all the paper receipts, because at the end of the day, sort of like I always keep the receipts in my pockets or in my bag. When I want to clean up my bags or my pockets, I chuck everything away. So when you have this app, it's very good. You just take the photo and then you can check away the receipts. And then you can keep all those records until, the tax time, which is now, to claim it. So the more that you can claim, the more tax that you can get a refund. So that's the 3 golden rule that you have to remember. It's very important that like you have to know every deductions that relating to your work. So the question to you is like, do you know every deduction and work related expense which is legally entitled to claim in your tax return? If you don't know, then go and download this checklist. Okay, I'll show you this checklist where you can get it, because I tailor it, like we tailor it specific to your job. And say if you are office worker, there's a certain expenses that you can claim, and you just follow that checklist and you start gathering all your information, all your receipts. And then when comes to do your tax, we can almost claim it all the expenses that relating to your work. So a tax checklist that tailor to your job that you can download for free. So let me just show you where you can get it. I'll give you this link. Maybe what I can do, I click on there and I'll put this link on the chat box, and then you can click on that click, and then you can come into this tax checklist, which is all you have to do, just put in your name. And then it's got a drop down menu here of which occupation are you in. So if you're a bus driver, you click bus driver. If you're a cleaner, so I have almost all the occupations here. If you're a factory worker, you keep that. If you are IT, working on, so it's all different occupations for different checklists. So make sure you go and download it, and then that will help you to get the maximum refund for your tax. So please feel free to come here and download it, and it's free for you. And when you download that tax checklist, in that tax checklist, it's also got the link to get the TMS app. And I really encourage you to click on that to get it as well. If you can claim just one extra deductions, that could mean hundreds of dollars the more for you at the tax time, the bigger tax refund that you can get. It's very important that you know what you can claim and what you can't claim. So please go and do that. Secondly is you need to know how to keep your record, and we make it very easy for you. Is if you go and download our TMS app, what I need you to do is there's two things that you have to do. It's download the checklist. Now that you know what you can claim, what you can't claim, it gives you a very good idea to try to start collecting all your records and put everything together, and then use this TMS app to upload all your receipts and invoices and document. And this is like your portal. You can also access it through your phone, and it's very easy to search to get it as well. So as you know, it is a law that you must keep the receipts to prove your tax deduction. Like a lot of people that, sometimes you go and do the tax return, the tax agent maybe just claim whatever that they say that they have spent. But you have to understand that you're the one that have to substantiate to the government. We are self-assessment. That means whatever that you claim, the tax office will pay you first. But if they come and audit you, then you need to prove to them that you have to have a record, you have to have receipts to prove to them. If you don't have it, then they will not allow that deduction. But not only that, because you don't, they will sometimes they treat that you're not honest, so they will penalize you. So it's the secret here is you have to know how to keep the records, keep the receipt to prove your tax deduction. And it's no good to, a lot of people say, oh, I just claim it first and I won't get the audit. And if I get the audit, I'll worry about that later. I don't really like that approach. It's better that you prepare everything, you get the receipt, you get the documentations in place, then you claim it, because it's a self-assessment. And so the tax office is treating like you're guilty unless you prove yourself innocent. It's different from in criminal law. It's you are innocent, then they have to prove you're guilty. But from the tax law, it's they treat you like you're guilty first, and then you have to prove yourself innocent. So the only way to prove yourself innocent is to keep the receipts, to keep the record. The more expense that you can claim, the higher tax refund you can get, which is, I'm sure everyone knows that. But the hard part is how can you keep all the expenses? But if you're using this TMS app, what happens is that basically the bank statement can be fed through this app, and you can tag them, or you can tag, because a lot of people will pay from credit card. And every time, if the credit card expenses relating to the business or relating to your work, you can tag it in the system. The system can give you a summary of all the tax expenses that you spend for the whole year. And a lot of people don't realize even $30 a week, it can add up to be over 1,000 deductions. And 1,000 deduction can at least give you if your tax rate is 30%, you can get at least $300 back. So it's a lot of money. So I really encourage you to do that. So number 3 is due to COVID, we all have to work, same as me. I'm working from home. I actually quite like it. It's very comfortable to work from home. And the tax office give us an opportunity that even even you stay at home and you don't have a delegated space to work on, even you work on your living room, you can, as long as you can keep the time sheets, which is maybe your employer will need you to keep it anyway, then you can claim 80 cents, which is quite a lot. I mean, it sounds not much, but it's, if you work it out, like, let's say, you work 5 days at home now, and let's say you work 8 hours per day, right? That's 40 hours already. And if you times that by 80 cents, that's $32 per week. But in a way, you can claim 1,280 already. And depending on your tax rate, let's say if you're 40%, that's already $320 you can get back. So it's quite a lot of money. So this method is the most simple method, and you don't have to prove the receipts. All you have to just keep your time that you work from home, your time sheets. And for most of the people that work in the, sometimes you're required to keep the time sheet to prove to your boss that you're working from home, you're working hours and all that. That's enough already. Very sure that a lot of us need to work from home. This is a simple method that we can claim, and you can get you $300-400, which is not bad. But again, the ATO state that the 3 golden rules still apply. So even though it has to be like, when I say working from home, it's like me working from home. I really work from home. I'm not just checking my phone or my email. I'm actually working from home. Then you're allowed to claim. And for some people, if they have to work in the boss place, the employer's place, but they only come home just to check email, check their phone, that's not called working from home. So the ATO say you still have to prove that it's relating to your earning your income. And you also have to have a record to substantiate your claim. And the record of substantiate that is just to keep the timesheets or your daily. I summarize here about home office expense. Like, there's 3 methods that you can claim. And I know it looks complicated, but basically the shortcut method, which is what I just explained to you, is like, it's the most simple, easy way. Is like, you can claim 80 cents per hours for working from home. And the only requirement is just to keep the timesheets or your daily. What I'm trying to say to you is that even though you can claim those tax expense, but the record keeping, it's all different. Like, for example, if you want to claim phone expense, let's say you want to use the fixed rate method, then you have to keep the actual receipt. And you also have to clip the working out of how you work out the percentage of business use. So for each item of the expense, the record keeping requirement from the tax office, it's a bit different. So most of the expenses, like, you have to keep the receipt, you have to keep the actual statement or the invoice or the receipt. And the way that, if you want to claim the actual cost, it's also the different method for each different thing as well. Like, for example, if you want to claim internet expense, it's by the hour area. So different way of calculations will give you a different result. And basically what we normally do is like, if you have this sort of record, like, let's say you say, oh, Eng, I got all these receipts available, I also keep record of that. And you know what? We will go ahead and try to work out the 3 methods for you, and then see which one gives you the highest figure. And whatever the highest figure, that's what we're going to use to claim it. But we will have a work paper, we will have a receipt, we will have everything that if they want you to prove. To get the higher tax refund, we can help you, and especially for this tax time. And we're also going to give you the tools and so forth to make your life more easy. And as you know, we've been in this industry for a long time, and we know what we're doing, and we always want you to be on the safe side, and whatever that you can do, we will do it. And we don't want you to pay more tax than you should, and we want to get the maximum tax refunds that you're entitled to. Because you got the personal wealth portal already, which is the TMS app I showed it. It's the same one. So if you already have that, it's the same one. And you already know the benefits of using it. Like, it's a very nice tool to put all your financial together. If you go and download it, I guarantee you're gonna love it. We are specializing in family business and individual investor. Also, please tell your friend or your relative, like, if this is any benefits to them, you can feel free to share the video. Thank you.